Great. Thank you so much, Wendy. Instead of starting off with the way I usually do with a slide that's announced an outline of the presentation, what I've been doing since we've had the COVID-19 vaccine, since we've seen the recovery, is looking at what can we expect? What are some of the expected norms that are going to result from this? And I'm sure that many of you within your own companies have seen lots of discussions, have talked to lots of people, trying to decide, do you want to make sure that everybody's vaccinated before they come back? Do you want to continue masking people, social distancing, and so on? So it's something that all of us are facing. One of the things that, and this chart shows it pretty well, some things that we have to look at, not only as technologists, but as managers, is, what's going to happen to remote work? What's going to happen to business travel, use of office space, how the company interacts with customers, how we're going to keep building capabilities and skills and management of ESG issues, basically environmental issues, and supply chain management. This is a chart and a study that McKinsey does. I can't recommend McKinsey enough for a lot of the work that they do, and they make it available at no charge. But I think the remote work, the very top piece is they're going to completely do what they're doing currently. And the next one is primarily what they were doing currently. And the next one, an equal mix of what we did before and what we're doing now. Primarily pre-crisis and completely pre-crisis. And you can see that's pretty much the lowest. No one's going back to exactly the way they were. In fact, very few people are going back to primarily the way they were. What's going to happen is we're going to see an equal mix of remote work versus Zoom meetings and WebEx and Google Meetups that will take care of a lot of the business travel. Use of office space, if you want to see what happens to shared office space, take a look at what's happening to WeWork. I know here in Austin, Texas, they had several buildings downtown. Those multi-story buildings are being converted into condominiums now. And the condominiums are going to have a focus on having a home office. So I think we're going to see that there will be that equal mix and a lot of the primarily current. We always worked remotely. We had remote teams, but we do have back office work. We've got a major office in Houston, and we're going to end up primarily working the way we've been working through the pandemic. And for us, for business travel, it's always going to be the same. Our folks travel all over the world, so there's no way we're going to be able to stop business travel. So just to frame for what we're thinking about, where we're moving forward, I think as we look at technology, as we look at what we're going to do for planning for the future, we need to frame it with what are our companies going to do. And I think at this point in time, you can have a lot of input into what your companies are going to be doing, what your organizations are going to be doing, whether they're governmental organizations or private organizations. So today, what I wanted to talk about today was the technology hype cycles. Who are the winners and losers, and what's going on? I think I wanted to, as we go through this, to keep in mind that I'll do my apologies first, that all of us are probably terrible at predicting what's going on. I mean, if we were really good at predicting, if you knew exactly what was going to happen or good at predicting, you wouldn't be here on this webinar. You'd be trading at home on your stock portfolio. The high percent of trends that we see end up really being a flash in the pan. And for those historically, a flash in the pan was the flash or the primary pan on a muzzle loading weapon. So if the pan just flashed but didn't set off the round that was in the muzzle loader, then it was just a flash in the pan. But if you think of some that fit, the first thing that comes to my mind is Google Glass. I know all of you out there are looking at this through your Google Glass right now, but that was really a flash in the pan. Um, Furbies, if anybody remembers Furbies, pretty much a flash in the pan, the obnoxious little fuzzy things that look like they came out of a bad horror movie. And then hopefully, since you don't see much of it anymore, maybe it's just due to the quarantining, hopefully fidget spinners are gone. Um, we'll see those going away. Some really seemingly important technologies at the time just kind of died and blew away. An example of that is Blackberries. Um, Another one is fax machines. Not many of us have fax machines around anymore. We have an electronic, a software app on our laptops that handles faxing. Phone books. We're not using many phone books anymore, especially those of us who got rid of landlines, since there's not a lot of information in there. And why would I go to the yellow pages when I can go to Google? Some of the other things that have gone away, and although some people may have them around as paperweights, are typewriters. There's not a lot of typewriters around. There's very few laptops that are only word processors anymore. So I think those are, we know that every technology eventually is going to go away. Um, we've been working on a lot of these core technology problems for decades, and some for pretty much as long as we've had automation available. Think of the IT investments you're making. Did you stop making IT investments several years ago because all your IT problems were solved? No, we're going to keep making IT investments for a long time. The concept of digital factories. I remember we talked about digital factories in the late 1970s, and we talked about how we would be, automating all of the software development programs were going to go away, and for all of us who still write code now and then, and for all of you out there who still write code for a living, programming has not gone away. So that's it's a core technology problem that's going to go on. And then a lot of uh, core technologies are just going to continue to evolve. So when we look at some of the winners, I think that what's continuing to evolve right now is data analytics. And it's a big winner because we've had lots of data available. More and more data is becoming available. Machine learning, and machine learning, not overall AI, but machine learning is a winner. Internet of Things, the cloud. And I think some of the losers, and I'll talk more about these, non-fungible tokens. If you don't know what they are, I'll get into talking a little bit about NFTs. Cryptocurrency. Boy, the big run up. It looks like, it's almost at the point where you say to yourself,
hi there, hope you enjoyed that last clip. My name is Michael Maludis, and if you'd like to watch the full 60 minutes of that last webcast, while also gaining complete unlimited access to our entire library of IT learning, simply visit our subscribe page at greatpro.org/subscribe. Unlimited annual access is $199 per year. But if you use the coupon code LEARN to earn, you can drop that membership fee to just $149. That's less than $13 per month for unlimited access to over 1,000 hours of on-demand career development, covering the entire spectrum of IT management best practices, including business analysis and requirements, software development, quality and testing, risk management, process improvement, project management, and even digital transformation. But your membership doesn't just give you unlimited access to our vast learning library. You also get free access to our mobile app, as well as direct access to our network of over 300 of the world's leading IT consultants, all of whom are dedicated to putting practical knowledge at your fingertips so that you can learn more and earn more. I hope you will join me in becoming a member of the Great IT Professional and advancing your career with us. And if you're on YouTube, don't forget to hit that subscribe button above so that you get notified whenever we publish new free webcasts each week of the year. Thank you for your time and best wishes for your continued success.